This is the first edition of Reddit Boy r slash entitled people. Today's first post, entitled Watch My Dog for Free. This just happened recently and I'm still mad about it. My brother got a dog when our mum specifically said no, but since he has a job and a car and is practically his own person, he got one anyway. It was a white husky and she was beautiful. The kids seemed to like her at first. I didn't want anything to do with the dog because I knew damn well that he would have me watch her while he was at work. And I was right. Needless to say that dog sitting a puppy who pees everywhere and chews up couches isn't easy. But I managed. By then, I decided that I should be paid for this, as she isn't my dog and that he should have known better. When I told him, he went off on saying that if I wanted money, then I should get a job. Like, seriously? I was able to negotiate with him, and he finally agreed to pay me $10 a week, even though we agreed 15, which would be $3 a day. One week I tried reminding him that he needed to pay me, and he shouted, saying, "Don't remind me, kid!" I was irritated, but went with it. It's been 2 weeks since he hadn't paid me. At one point, I put my foot down and I said I would no longer watch his dog until I get paid. He decided to gamble that I thought the puppy was too cute, and he was right. I just couldn't watch her laying in a crate all day, not going out to the bathroom or eating. This was such a jerk move, and he knew what he was doing. Just the other day, he let her out of the crate and left her in the living room to get a haircut. Now, if he really knew his own dog, he would have known that she was teething and teething bad. When he came back, he saw the couch was torn and there was poop on the floor. He looked at me and told me, "You know what to do." Like, excuse me. He agreed that the moment he comes home, I'm off duty, but I guess the rules don't mean anything to him, especially when it's about him. I told him I would do it if I got extra pay for it. He then said, "You want more money? Then get a job," and walked away. Honestly, at that point, I was done. Now, this happened yesterday when I was talking with my mum and told her that my brother hasn't paid me at all. She then proceeded to call him to the room, and when he was confronted for his BS, he got mad and said he wasn't paying me at all. So, this was the final straw. I decided from then on, I'm done watching his dog. Even my mum is considering giving her to a better home who can actually take care of her. She's just over my brother and even kicked him out at one point, but then brought him back for whatever reason. I'm just so sick and tired of him walking all over me. In the comments below, just because it came up, states, "Dog sitting is a job. You want a dog sitter? Hire one or pay me." Every time he says get a job, tell him, "I did. Dog sitting. You gave it to me. Now pay." And another comment from Syed77. "Put the dog in your brother's room. Leave food and water, but don't walk him or let him out. Let your useless brother come back to a room that's been trashed with the dog crap and pee all over it. Then tell him you'll take care of the dog for $30 a week." This next post is entitled Grade 6 Kid Tries Fake Crying to Manipulate the Teacher After Threatening the Teacher Doesn't Work. This is a story from a co-teacher when I was a grade 6 English teacher abroad. Teacher is working abroad as an English teacher and group mentor for 11-year-olds in a private school. Sometimes the kids can get up to all sorts of mischief, and being a teacher for this age also involves a lot of policing of kids and arguments and fights, etc. One day in class, one of the student boys seemed to be very energetic and couldn't seem to stay at his desk and finish his classwork. The teacher gently reminded entitled kid that the rules are, if you don't finish your classwork in class, the teacher may keep you behind a little during recess break to help you finish it with some personal attention and help from the teacher. Entitled kid seemed to put himself in this situation at least 2 or 3 times a week, as he often likes to mess around in class. However, this also had a detrimental effect on other students as he would distract them from their tasks too. Teacher had not previously enforced the rule of staying behind during break to finish classwork with the teacher, But on this particular day, teacher decided it was time to ask entitled kid to stay behind for help in finishing during recess. During class, teacher reminded entitled kid that he may have to stay a few minutes during break in order to finish if he didn't get back to his own desk and finish the task. But because teacher had not ever followed up after his warnings in the past, entitled kid thought he was just bluffing as usual. Not today. Class ended, and while the other kids were leaving to go into the playground, the following conversation ensued. Teacher: "Hey, kid, wait a minute. Today I'm going to help you finish your task during recess. It shouldn't take too long. We can do it together." Entitled kid: but this recess break is the football game between class 6E and 6D. I need to watch because our class 6C will be playing them in the final game after lunch." Teacher: "Really? Okay then, let's focus on the task and I can help you to finish quickly so that you can catch the rest of the match after. I told you lots of times that we'd have to do this during recess if you didn't finish today." "What? No! But it's the football tournament." "Yes, you just told me that already. That's why we should start now so I can help you to finish quickly." "No! If you don't let me go now, I will tell my parents that you kept me behind in recess and you will get in trouble." Okay, you can tell them. In fact, I can email them and tell them myself this afternoon too, if you like. I can explain to them what happened and that you started to fall behind after many warnings, so I'm trying to help you catch up. That's why I'm here, to help you. Note: the school and teachers also keep extremely detailed records on how often students don't finish tasks or misbehave or get into trouble with other kids, which can be shared with parents if necessary or if requested. When entitled kid saw that threatening the teacher wouldn't work, he immediately turned on the waterworks and started crying his eyes out, crying and crying and crying. "It's not fair! No, no, please, teacher, it's not fair, please." He starts crying even more for 1 or 2 minutes non-stop and continues to beg the teacher, "Please, teacher, please." "Oh, it's okay. You can cry. Here, come and sit down and cry until you feel better. It's okay. I can wait. And when you're ready, we can finish the task and you can watch the football match. It's going to take longer if you cry, but I can wait for you to help you finish whenever you're ready. It's okay." Immediately, in 1 second, entitled kid stops crying totally. He's a very smart kid and realized his manipulation wasn't going to work. It was almost like magic. Entitled kid's face dried up in a second. Teacher: "Are you okay now? Shall we start?" "Yes, teacher, let's start." Within a few minutes, teacher and entitled kid had finished the classwork, and entitled kid was off to watch the rest of the football match. I guess this entitled kid is used to getting whatever he wants from his parents whenever he wants, just by crying and turning on the waterworks. I think the teacher taught entitled kid a good life lesson in the end, and it all worked out in the end for entitled kid and teacher. And suffice to say, in the future, entitled kid tended to finish his classwork on time and his grades started to improve.